Hey, what if I told you I could show you how to make some really cute Mother's Day gifts using something like tin cans and paper napkins? Well, that's what we're going to do today. So I'm Teresa, this is Celebration Elevation, and to get started, you're going to need a few, whatever size you want, whatever size you happen to have of these cans that you use. This was tomato paste, I think this was crushed tomatoes, and then you're going to take both the top off, hopefully you'll use the food, and then wash it out really good, and then take the bottom off as well. Some cans, I'm going to show you. So this was a can I was able to do that with. Some cans don't have a lip on them. So if you look at your cans, you'll notice like this has this little lip around here that you can actually cut with your can opener. The bottom of this kind, which was tomato sauce, doesn't have that lip on it. So I tried to do it anyway, but it didn't work. So we're just gonna use this one as crushed, and I'll show you what we're gonna do in a little bit. But the other ones, you wanna make sure you wash them really good and take both top and bottom off so you can, so you have just a hollow cylinder. And then I'm gonna take you outside and show you what we do with them next. So we're gonna get a hammer and I'll take you outside. Okay, so we are out on my front porch. I'm gonna hammer some of these cans I told you about. Okay, so this one I mentioned, I can't crush the bottom of this because I couldn't get the lid out of it. But this one, see, this one's actually fine. This one, what we're gonna do is just take your hand and smush it down like this so it looks like this. Now, that was really easy. It's not a big deal. Then the other side, we're going to pound like this. And what we're going to do is make these into really cute little flower containers. If you want to actually use them, we're going to put fake flowers in them, faux flowers. But if you want to use them for real flowers, then you're going to need to do this crease on the bottom really well so that all the dirt doesn't fall out. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to do some little faux flowers in mine. So there we go. Okay, now I'm going to take you back in the house. Okay, so we're back in the house and we've crushed the tin cans. And now what we're going to do is paint them. And I'm going to use chalk paint, but you could use acrylic paint if you want to. The other thing you're going to need is some foam brushes. Whatever paper napkins you have at home that you like. If you have like a tin, I guess you would call it like a tin punch, a hole punch that goes through metal or sheet metal, you can use that to make holes on the back so that you can hang it with a ribbon. If you don't, which I don't, I thought, well, I'll use one of these. This is just a normal bottle opener, and you want to use the pointed end, and you're just gonna, along the back, I'll show you, put this side around the little lip, and then poke through. Okay, so, and then, actually, I should have done this before, but just push, make sure you push the pointy part back down. You can hammer it back down, or you can just push it back down like I'm doing now, but you don't want your recipient or yourself to cut yourself on those back parts. So let's get started with painting. So I think we'll start with, let's see, lilac gray. I'm just shaking up the chalk paint, and oops, you can see it's a pretty color gray. So I'm just going to use one of the foam brushes, and just, you don't have to be perfect with this because we want some of the tin to kind of show through. Are these really made of tin, or is it something else? I always think of them as tin, and I know they're referred to as tin cans, but I mean, honestly, I don't really know. I'll have to look that up. So this is what you're gonna do. Just get it mostly covered, And then, like I said, we're gonna actually decoupage them so they don't have to be perfect, because you're gonna be covering a lot of this stuff with some of your napkin. So this isn't something we're gonna cover like all the surface with the napkin. At least I'm not going to. You can do this however you want. I always say this on my videos, but you don't have to do everything the way I'm doing it for it to turn out good. Just kind of improvise with what you have, so you don't have to feel like, oh God, I don't have chalk paint, I only have acrylic paint, or I don't have foam brushes. And if you don't have Mod Podge, which I love Mod Podge, so if you're gonna craft stuff, if you like crafting and you're gonna wanna craft things more often, then I would invest in getting an actual bottle of the Mod Podge, because you can't, like I was gonna say, you can use like Elmer's glue and just like water it down just a little bit. I like the Mod Podge better. If you happen to have it, or you can get it, then use that. But if you don't, use Elmer's glue. You don't, it's not a big deal. So then I'm gonna put it like this, let it dry, and move on to the next one. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm not gonna make you watch me paint, and then we're not gonna have to watch the paint dry. So I'm gonna do this, and then we'll come back and I will show you what to do with the napkins. So we'll be right back. So I am back. These cans have pretty much dried. If you're kind of in a hurry and you don't have time to wait for them to dry, you can just get your hair dryer, put it on low, and dry it faster that way. Also, I just want to mention a little tip. When I was painting them, if you just stick your hand in the can, you can get all sides of it, and then just set it down like that. Anyhow, so we have them finished and we are ready for the next stage. So what I'm gonna do, all these paper napkins have 2-ply, so you just want to take off the extra white part and leave the patterned part. And if you've seen me do other videos with Mod Podge, or I just did recently one with flower pots and these napkins, and so you can go back and look at that video. That's a cool way to use paper napkins as well, and the Mod Podge. But anyway, you always want to take the napkins and just peel them apart so you only have one layer. Then for this project, what I want to do is just tear, so it's got kind of a rustic look to it, I guess. So I'm just tearing around sort of the pattern, the one pattern on this particular napkin, and that's the part I'm going to put onto my can. So you can see I'm just going around roughly, and I think that's going to give it a cuter look than if I cut it out and made it all perfect. So now we got that out, and I'm going to take, okay, so this one I'm going to do like right here, except you're going to do it this direction. So I'm going to show you right here. I'm going to move the other napkins for right now. I'm going to do this one, and I'm taking a sponge brush because these are so great. You can use them and then toss them if you want. So what you do first is you give it your surface like a good light coat of the Mod Podge or the Elmer's glue, and just brush it on here lightly so that it gives like a sticky place for it to adhere to, like that. And then just leave it for a couple seconds, and we're gonna put the paper napkin right in the middle, let's see. And you can see how it's just sticking down, and you want to make sure you get all the bubbles out. You want it to lay perfectly flat, and then do another coat on top with the Mod Podge. And just be careful you don't put too much on your brush at one time, because that could pull up the edges of the napkin because it's pretty delicate. You could also do this with patterned tissue paper, which I've done before too, and that's pretty cool. And you can see it looks a little milky on top of it, but that's not how it's going to dry. It'll dry clear. So I'm going to put that one on there and let that dry. And move on to another can and another napkin. So again, and if you have trouble with getting the two layers apart, just like moisten your finger on one side and it will stick to that layer of the napkin, and then it'll give a much easier way for it to pull off. Hey, if you like this video, if you like my other videos, I would really appreciate it if you would hit the subscribe button. My videos are getting pretty good views, but sometimes people don't realize, or I don't know, I'm just gonna say people don't realize they should hit subscribe or know what that means, but it does matter to me being able to keep going on this. So if you hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up button if you liked it, and if you want to see other videos from me, you can hit that little bell and it will notify you when a new video comes out. So okay, enough of that salesy talk. Here I'm gonna do this next one. I'm just putting a thin layer on there. Might as well do this one too while I'm at it. Just get that kind of, because you just want it to be tacky. It doesn't need to be like wet and gluey. It just has to be enough for the napkin to stick down. So this one, oops, whoopsie. This one's ready. So I'm just gonna put this flower right here. And there we go. So that's gonna dry as well. And like I said, you can put 2 coats of it on if you want. And if you're gonna use these with real flowers, then I suggest you do that. And then after it dries, spray it with some clear coat, like a just, you know, like Rust-Oleum clear coat, and that will protect it as well. So, but I'm just gonna use some silk flowers in it for right now, so I'm not worried about that. Okay, I'm back again with the tin cans, and as you can see, they came out really cute. Zoom up for this, but I'm sure you can see it in the other camera as well. But they're really pretty. So what you'll do after you've put like 2 coats of the Mod Podge, and like I said, if you're gonna put them outside where they're gonna get wet or you're gonna put dirt in them, make sure you spray them with a top coat of clear Rust-Oleum or whatever other brand, but that's the type of thing you want. So with the, I explained before, you want to punch holes in the back, and the reason for that is you're going to use some ribbon so that you can hang these, or whoever you give them to can hang them. So I'm going to put an end of this through here, and I'm going to tie a little knot on the end so that it will stay. And then if you want, you can dab a little hot glue or any glue on the knot just to make sure that doesn't ever come out. I'll just snip off the end of that. Okay, so there's one side. I was just trying to see how much I wanted. I think that will do. So pull off a little more than you want so that you can make sure you can make the length you want while also. So I think that's a good length. And these are going to hang against a wall, so that's why it's okay that it looks like they're going like this. So I'm going to take this side and take and put a knot in here as well. And again, just clip it off so there's not a lot extra in there. And then this is how it's going to hang. And then what you want to do is take a little bit of, you can take a little bit of this floral foam if you want and put it in here. I'm just breaking it off to get the right size. And then maybe even a little bit of moss. This is just from Dollar Tree again. Okay, so see, I've got the foam in there and I've got some of the moss in there. And then I don't have exactly the flowers I think I necessarily want for this, but I just want to show you. These might look cute. So I'm taking a wire cutter. I'm just gonna cut off and we'll see where we want to be. Take the flowers off. Oops, took it all the way off the stem. Okay. So you can kind of arrange it however you want. You're getting the idea. So fluff it up, and this is what they look like. I think this is a super cute little gift, and I think mothers are gonna love it, or sisters or aunts. Oops, it hangs like this. Oh, I forgot to show you on the finishing wax. Okay, so I'm gonna take my finger, get a little of the brown on it. Oops. Okay, and then just kind of, oh, I actually like this one. Okay. So I'm just rubbing a little bit of the brown wax around there with my finger. And that's kind of cool. It does look sort of antique-y now. Older. Okay, I like this look. So that's the brown. So I will put that also in the materials on the description below, and you'll find out where you can get all of these things. And like I said, I'll come back and show you all of them just all finished and all together, and that will be my final shot. So thanks a lot for watching and for sticking this out with me, and I will be back very soon with some more Mother's Day gift ideas. Thanks again, guys. See you next time. Bye.